Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video, I'm going to show you the team order and strategy I use to do the epic trials of Darkstone. 3 times nicer for this if you can to boost up the power of our team. Let's go to the last level, 350. The team for this, I believe I've left in the order as it started in. Anointed One, Dark Master, Magnus, and Blind Guardian. When you got a summoner in a team like we have, and the summoner here is Dark Master, normally the strategy is to leave these at the back. So basically, if you start getting your team wiped out one after the other through skull hits and things like that, you've got a summoner to constantly bring somebody in. But you do not want to do that with this team, not against this team anyway, because these 2 sisters here are a bit of a pain. Sister of Nightmares does damage to the last 2 enemies and inflicts a random status effect on them, then poisons them and starts with 75% mana. So she is going to get a cast that's going to be almost unstoppable, and that status effect can be death mark, remember, and stuff like that, and you could get killed, or it could be terror and they could just run away, which would be really annoying. But the damage is heavy as well. And Sister of Shadows does damage to 2 weakest enemies, and if the enemy dies, gain an extra turn. So the thing is, with Sister of Nightmares pretty much guaranteed to cast, the 2 weakest enemies will typically be the 2 at the back. So that's why you want your Dark Master in second place, because they are going to get hit hard, these 2. Even though Magnus is a really good troop for this, dealing damage to all enemies, boosted by disease and poisoned enemies, then disease and poison all enemies. And that experiment is a pretty cool talent as well. Inflict a random status effect on 4 or 5 gem matches. He is impervious, but still the damage can actually wipe you out pretty quickly with them to get to cast, especially if this casts as well and gets to finish you off, because yeah, there's like damage all over the place with this team. So we do have to be a bit wary and make sure we keep our summoner safe. Blind Guardian is a useful troop as well. Drains up to 10 mana from an enemy, and we'll be casting that when we can, and explode 1 gem for each mana drained. The thing is with this, you've got to be a little bit wary of it, because Sister of Nightmares is stealthy, so you can't target her when you cast it. Same as Sister of Shadows. You can only really cast it on Dimitraxia. That's a good one to cast it on. That scatter damage is going to be annoying, and that is literally the only choice, because that one's stealthy as well, so bear that in mind. If you cast a Blind Guardian when Dimitraxia is on like 0 mana, literally nothing is going to happen. It's just going to do nothing at all. So yeah, be careful when you cast that. Right, so the strategy for this is we're going to use Anointed One to gain magic +1 attack and life, then transform all green gems to red to boost the effect. That's going to whack up our attack and life, obviously. We can then hit really hard with skulls. But the cool thing about him using red at the same time is he will often self-charge straight away, meaning he can actually cast that twice in a row. Just look out for 4 matches on green to red to get an extra turn at the same time. If not, make sure it's a safe cast where you're not setting the enemy up for tons of red, where basically they can fill up their Sister of Shadows and Dimitraxia. And yeah, we'll go through it like that. If we lose a troop, if these 2 get to wipe out our Magnus or Blind Guardian or both, then the key is to cast Dark Master twice as quickly as you can to get 2 more troops in the bottom. So if they get to cast again, they're only going to take out our poor little thralls. Right, let's see how things go. Look out for 4 matches at the beginning. They are really useful. If you get lucky with this experiment, then one of the enemy could be death marked, and if they die from that, then that really does help things along. Same as if one of these top troops gets stunned, troop in 1st place, 2nd place, or 4th place. They're all stealthy normally. If they get stunned, then you can have the option of hitting them with Blind Guardian, which ordinarily you wouldn't be able to do. So let's grab these 4 matches, see what happens. Top troop's been frozen. Better than nothing, I suppose. It's not perfect, but it will do. Looking for blue and red primarily. Want to get our top troop buffed up on attack and life as fast as possible. No more red there though. No more blue. Let's get some purple then. See, she's about to cast. She starts with 75% mana. It's like almost impossible to stop her casting. There's lots of damage. Look out for these green to red conversions. If it's going to set the enemy up for a 4 match like this, then I absolutely wouldn't do it. Patience is a virtue. Let's do some damage to these. The disease is actually pretty useful on that. Disease troops only gain half the usual amount of mana. So you're basically like giving yourself more time to get the mana you need, which is actually pretty important. I want to disrupt this part here, so I don't want to cast this while I give them that 4-match red. There's still no way of doing that right now. Could get my Blind Guardian ready to counter their Dimitraxia. Not a bad option. Not a great bunch of options at all. Let's get that, I suppose. It's not a 4-match for us, but 104 damage. I mean, it's going to give him a bunch of mana, but kind of really need to get this boost going. It's kind of the way the team works. So I am going to get some back. Let's go for it. Ah, that gave him a bonus skull hit. What the heck? Alright, we'll give him a bonus skull hit back then. This is what I was saying at the beginning. I think when I mentioned this, it's good to cast it twice in a row sometimes while there's little green on the board. Oh, she's been silenced. That's sort of useful. Yeah, that extra. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I missed a 4-match. So important to get them 4 matches. Right, so Dimitraxia is on 6 mana. It's going to explode 6 gems when we cast our Blind Guardian. We'll let them get a little bit more than that. Yeah, it's handy. Let's take a look at this. We've got a nice 4-match there, but we'll absolutely go for this. Can create more 4 matches as well, you see, which is really useful for our Magnus and his 3rd trait. Alright. Skulls all over the show. I think we're going to have to take this one. Just going to disrupt this one here. Just going to give him a bunch of red. So I'm going to do this now. That worked out okay. Oh, got lycanthropy going on. Disease. Entangle. That's handy. Take a chance to do this damage. Nothing really going on the green to red now, so this is another chance to gain some life. And some attack, but they got a bonus skull hit again, but luckily they were entangled. 'Twas a mere flesh wound. Sort of tempted to get my Blind Guardian up again. Yeah. Nearly there. Nearly there. Can't collect this purple because it's going to set him up for a skull hit. And let's give her a Bosch. Let's give her a Bosch number 2. And green to red. Blind Guardian didn't quite get there yet, and this is like nearly ready to cast. It's going to do damage to my bottom 2 troops. Let's do this because we are going to get some mana back from this. It's okay. Alright, if she gets to cast again, she will kill them bottom 2 troops. Our Dark Master is prepared for such eventualities. So here we go. Let's. Have we got any purple still? No. We can take brown, which will set us up for purple next round potentially. Or I could cast this, get even more life, even more attack. That's the bird and hands worth two in the bush kind of mentality. Take the definite, not the possibility. Might take this red over here because it's going to push that purple to that side, and if the enemy doesn't take it, then that helps my Magnus and my Blind Guardian, or I can take this, get some blue at the same time. That is much better, even if I leave the AI an extra turn and a skull whack. And we'll take that. Demotraxia thinks it's about to cast. We can stop it in its tracks. Like that. Excellent stuff. We got anything regarding... Yes. Got this nice conversion here. Don't think we can say no to that. Oh, we'll take this first though. Bonus! Set the actress to the bishop. Bomb troopers verified, so they took extra damage from that damage to all there. They're gone. He took a whack, but we've got loads of life from our various boosts. The cool thing about these 4 matches now, every single 4 match is just going to be piling on that last troop. It's like, they are like seriously in for it. Been stunned as well, so that stealthiness has been taken away. Demotraxia can now work on them, so we'll see if we can get them up. But they are going to get to cast. Look, what a shambles. If they cast on my 3rd or 4th troop, one of them is going to die. But it's okay. We've got Dark Master there sitting ready to do his thing. Well, let's get a bit more life then, I suppose. Yeah, because one of these is going to die, probably. It's written on the cards. Or shall I give the AI a choice? Shall I move over to there and say, if you take a skull hit? No. Don't be silly. Nonsense. Oh, we got silenced. See, didn't expect that. That's the cool thing. See, I love it. I love it when this game throws up things like that. Like, I had the plan. If they kill one of the bottom 2, to simply cast my Dark Master and bring in the Thrall. Last thing I thought of was all troops getting silenced by the fact that the enemy then gets that status effect on all enemies. Very cool in a kind of masochistic, worked against me kind of way. Oh, and another bonus skull hit. Well, whatever I do isn't going to do me any favours because I'm silenced, so I may as well take away something that they use, even though brown was still left there. Right, we've recovered from this, so let's bring in a extra troop while doing some damage at the same time. We're ready to cast again. The enemy doesn't use red, so this is kind of a safe conversion, even though got to cast it at least twice to take him out of their damage range. But it's still a better option than what's there right now, which is not a lot really. And let's take this. And let's cast this again. That takes it out of their damage range, gives them a mighty great wallop, and done. So yeah, you've got to be quite careful on this one. It can work against you quite quickly sometimes when you think things were in control, especially if you let those double sisters at the top get their own way, which you do not want. But there it is, there's the team, there's the strategy. Be careful on this one. It can actually, like I say, transpire against you pretty quickly sometimes. But there's a video. If you enjoyed it, found it useful or helpful, it'd be really cool if you bash that like and subscribe button. It really does help. But most of all, thanks for watching. I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.